Hola, ¿cómo están? Sean bienvenidos a un nuevo video de Sherlock Holmes Crime and Punishment. Pues el día de hoy vamos a continuar con el segundo caso de, eh, del tren, creo que el tren fantasma que desapareció sin dejar rastro. Y a cómo va la situación, ya me quedan pocos días para volver a la universidad, así que probablemente solo vayamos a resolver 2 casos, si es que lo termino, este segundo caso, porque averigüé y son alrededor de 6 casos. Entonces, no creo que vaya a avanzarme el tiempo si solo en uno me demore tanto. Entonces, bueno, voy a tratar de avanzar lo más que pueda en este y a ver qué tal. Además, lo siento, suena demasiado sencilla. Además, no sé si lo comenté en el anterior video, pero empecé a ver la serie de Sherlock. Está por Benedict, creo que es el actor. Y increíble serie, o sea, qué buena serie, tienen que verla, es muy buena. Estoy muy hypeada con el juego, muy hypeada con la serie, entonces, bueno, a ver. Bueno, no recuerdo cuál era mi misión. Fue hace 1000 años que no juego, a ver. A ver. Vamos a ver aquí qué hay.
An old locomotive bell.
Ok.
This part is probably from a locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station.
Ah, un montón de basura, ok, ok. If you say, ok.
This part is probably from a locomotive. Railway post bags.
Pasajeros en el tren.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting.
Muy interesante. Estación.
You mentioned a problem at Bridlington Station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local
Eso es lo que
map?
tenía que hacer.
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
A ver si ya tengo. Ajá. Recabé información sobre los pasajeros nocturnos. Viajaba en el tren. Averiguó que se transportaba. ¿Qué? Ah, ya. O sea, yo. ¿Dónde estoy ahorita? Ah, ok. Muy bien, vamos hacia Brie y algo más. Bueno, en fin, lo en sí lo veo allá porque se va a tardar una eternidad, como siempre. Muy bien, ya estamos aquí en, ¿cómo se llama? Bridley, bueno, esa cosa. A ver. ¿Qué es lo que tengo que hacer? Bastante
Railway
detallado.
post bags.
Aquí unos cuantos papeles. Aquí. Si algo me enseñó este maldito juego es que tengo que ver cada detalle, cada cosa. A ver si hay F. No, no es F, es T. Bueno, nada. A ver. Oh, y salgo al otro lado, qué emocionante. A ver, vamos acá adentro. Acá adentro sí que hay gente, a ver. El pasajero enfadó. Vamos a ver.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Puedo hacer... Y esto es algo que sí ocurre en la serie. En la serie de Sherlock que estoy viendo. Le analiza así con los ojos y menos que con otra cosa. Le analiza y puede decir quién es, la historia de su vida, su familia. O sea, es impresionante. Es muy buena, se la recomiendo que la vean.
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared, but I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
Ok. A ver con este. Ah, no, este es Watson.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat.
Floms. Ok, al menos te voy a examinar. A ver. Sombrero australiano, what? Ropa cara, Balenciaga, no mentira, odio esa canción. Gucci, Prada. Piel de cocodrilo. Anillo grueso de oro. Entonces, ¿este es uno de las personas pudientes o algo así?
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
Mm-hmm.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damned train.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazas Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazas Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazes Chilean Company.
Aunque tenemos B, un espacio de deducción. A ver. Accidente. Los chilenos permanecieron en el tren por casualidad. El conductor no los vio. Los directivos de la compañía chilena Bancasa fueron abandonados en el tren intencionalmente. El revisor obligó a operarse. I think... No, espérate, quiero ver si tengo... Space, lo siento. No, ok. Hasta llego, lo siento, lo siento. A ver, vamos a ver. Y ese hombre también quería hablar con él y se fue. Ok, bueno. Sí.
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
Póliza de seguro. Seguro contratado por Thomas L. Robinson. Ok. Thomas Robinson. Ok, quiero hablar con él. ¿Podría hablar con él? No creo. O sí puedo hablar con él. Porque le echaron el muerto encima.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions. Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with two furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
Ok, vamos a ver, averiguar. Joven. Bueno, esa no es una deducción tan inteligente que digamos. Ropa limpia. Instrucciones. Manchas de tinta.
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. and I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Oh, ok. ¡No! Perdón, es que como habíamos encontrado la póliza de seguro.
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did, and I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Ok. Ok, creo que es esta.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
A ver, telegrama, estación. Muy bien, ok, tengo varias cosas. Tengo aquí informe de Chesterfield, el informe del jefe de estación. Ok, estaba como un poco lleno de incoherencia esa cosa, así que bueno, vámonos a esto de acá. A ver. Bueno, como siempre, ya saben, los veo allá porque se demora años. Llegamos. Tengo que hablar con ni sé qué persona. A ver si lo encuentro. Primero voy a hacer un poco de...
This bin is full of empty bottles.
Un poco de investigación minuciosa a la zona. No. Quiero primero... A ver aquí.
A fishing advertisement.
Muy bien. Bueno, por aquí no hay nada. Vamos a entrar por esa puerta, a ver. Oh, ahí hay alguien. Seguramente debo conversar con él, pero voy a ver aquí. ¿Alfabeto qué? Morse,
I
no
had
puede
thought
ser.
that all station masters knew the Morse code, but apparently not.
Ok. Yo no sé si ustedes sepan el alfabeto Morse, yo no lo sé. Creo que es algo que se debe saber como cultura general, pero bueno. Yo no lo sé. Sé que mucha gente lo utiliza, pero lamentablemente yo no lo sé. A ver, hablemos con él. Esperemos a que cargue, Martita sea. Se demora 10.000 años en
How
cargar.
could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean?
Claro.
Wake up, please.
Huh?
Por
What?
eso es que
The
escribió...
18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
Few questions. Por eso es que este hombre escribió sandeces en la carta porque estaba borracho, está ebrio claramente.
Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
Ok, creo que es hora de utilizar nuestra habilidad. A ver. Nariz roja. Ok. Hilo de pescar. Petaca. Alianza está casado. Me falta un detalle, algo de ropa. Es algo de la ropa, a ver. No ahí está, ahí salió. Ropa limpia.
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
Ok. Embriaguez.
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being
Friend.
sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
B, tenemos espacio de deducción. A ver. El jefe de estación Cheryl no es de fiar. Chilenos abandonados. El tren pasó por la estación de Cheryl a pesar de que no estuviéramos seguros de que informar de ello. El tren nunca pasó por la estación Cheryl y el jefe de estación estaba borracho. Yes. Muy bien. Deja ver si hay más. No, ok. Muy bien, muy bien.
Holmes, how is it even possible for a train to disappear?
Ahora es cuando me molesta el juego porque no me dice qué tengo que hacer. Ah, no, aquí hay una nueva. La estación de Cherry debe examinarse cuidadosamente. Ok. Ok, tengo que examinar toda la zona. Ok, estaba ebrio. Entonces por eso es que escribió pura sandez en la carta porque Dios, estando borracho, no puede escribir nada bueno.
Fishing advertisement.
Bueno, tengo que examinar cada centímetro de este lugar. Yo no soy muy buena para eso porque siempre paso muchas cosas por alto. A ver. A ver. Anda por aquí. Un montón de papeles. ¿Es en serio? No hay nada. A ver. No, aquí no puedo hacer nada. What the fuck? Me caí y ya no puedo subir. ¿Es en serio, Sherlock? Ok. A ver, a ver, a ver.
Locked.
Oh,
There
está
is no
cerrado.
sense in asking the station master to open it. We shall have to pick the lock.
Ok. ¿Y cómo la forzamos? ¡No! Odio esta cosa. A ver. A ver, a ver. Eh, ok. No, estoy estúpida. A ver, estoy estúpida. Ajá, eso va ahí más o menos. Oh, shit, falta alinearlo acá. Ok, ya está. Muy bien. Pero entra. Ok. Oh, T, espacio de deducción. Uh,
Bags were recently dragged here. French wine, a remarkable vintage. These bottles are too expensive for a station master's wage. They were likely taken from the parcels.
Shameful.
muy bien.
Railway post bags. These tools were used quite recently. They are still muddy. We should ask about them.
¿Preguntar a quién? ¿Al borracho? No, mentira, me estoy pasando de hija de mi madre, así que ya. A ver. Tendremos que preguntarle a ese tipo que está ebrio, o sea... I suppose, vamos a ver. Como dijo, hay que preguntar... Es que estoy estúpida, espérate, ¿dónde...? No, pero si aquí no es, que soy reverenda mamerta, a ver. Aquí. No, esto yo ya lo vi. ¿Y dónde estaba la oficina de ese señor? Estoy un poco perdida. Por acá. Aquí hay un nuevo lugar. A ver.
A handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were scattered everywhere.
¿Qué?
Watson, please tell me, do you believe in magic?
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion that a train cannot simply disappear.
Well, we both know that that is obvious. Why are you asking such peculiar questions?
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights, and heard the whistle.
But that is it. We didn't see the train itself.
But... Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
Pero, ¿cómo que no vimos el...? O sea, solo vimos... En parte tienen razón, porque solo vimos un montón de neblina y ya está. Tengo otro espacio de deducción, pero no sé si tengo que ir a hablar con ese hombre. Esto creo que ya lo revisé. De hecho, creo que el hombre ya se fue. A ver. Aquí. Bueno, hagamos lo que dice. Espacio de deducción. A ver, ¿qué sacamos? Piezas del tren repuesto. No. Tarea experimento 3. La dresina desmantelada parece que está directamente relacionada con nuestro misterio. Hay que reconstruirla para comprobar si puede pasar por el tren desaparecido. Ok, tengo que hacer un experimento, a mí no me gusta eso. Porque ponen... ¿Y a dónde voy para eso? Muy bien, después de 10.000 años encontré de nuevo la habitación. Dios la había perdido, es que soy una mamerta. A ver, quiero ver si le puedo preguntar por esas palas que encontramos. Entonces vamos a ver. Herramientas sucias.
You have quite a number of dirty tools lying around here.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you for reminding me. I should clean them. Although, it might be easier to put them outside. Seems it might start raining soon.
I meant, what were they used for?
Some workers come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to one of the stations on the line, so that the water wouldn't come in too close.
Who were these workers?
Well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads. They invited me to share a drink. And whatever it was, it had a kick to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening.
Muy bien. Ah, shit. Todavía no encuentro esa herramienta mágica con la que pueda... Corre, Watson, maldita sea. Watson, qué miércoles, Sherlock, a ver. A ver, ya se me acaba el tiempo de la cámara que estoy viendo. Creo que voy a dejar hasta aquí, porque en la próxima tenemos que tratar de resolver, de encontrar esa piecita para poder hacer el experimento. Así que, bueno, lo vamos a dejar hasta esta parte y continuaremos en el siguiente capítulo. Nos vemos en la próxima.